Defense was awful all night. We deserve to lose. We act like somebody stole our favorite toy and we're a 3-year-old. Our defense was awful all night for the most part. Our defense was awful all night. We went over that play 5 times yesterday at the end of practice, 5 times last night, and 5 times this morning. We showed that play on film 10 times in the last 2 days.
I mean, did you get an explanation for that last call?
Did it look like I did? What would the explanation be? It's Indiana's ball. What are you asking?
Who it went off of?
Who the hell cares? Who it went off of? Indiana or UCLA? They clearly said it went off us. They missed shots. That doesn't mean it's good defense. Everybody thinks you win and lose in this game because of players. And there's only a few teams that got way better players than everybody else. The rest of these games are won by execution. Trust me, I went over 500 of them, I know. And I've never had superior talent.
Pretty simple, I win. Hello guys, and welcome to this very cozy episode of Indiana Sports Connection. It's Sunday. I didn't want to get all dressed up and put my hooded sweatshirt on, so I'm doing this show in my pajamas. We had a incredible game to watch yesterday against UCLA, and I hope you enjoyed those clips. You know, Michael Kolak in the comments, he told me, go watch Mick Cronin's press conference. Definitely well worth it. I wanted to put a couple of those clips in there because he is incredulous. This dude is unbelievable. But like you thought Bob Knight was bad in the press conferences. Enough about that. What a game for the Hoosiers. Dorn, Bailey, Enright. I mean, just the way that all these dudes competed in this game, the way they got it done, and it was not a must-win game, but it was one that you wanted to see Indiana crawl into, you know, the tournament picture and that type of thing, and they've won 3 in a row. We're going to talk about it all on this episode of Indiana Sports Connection. Thank you for being here, and if you were on the live stream yesterday, a lot of people in there, thank you so much for showing up to that. So hit that subscribe button down below. Do me a favor, make my dreams come true, and turn that black subscribe button white. And do it right now. Hit that thumbs up button also. It'll pump the video out to more Hoosier fans across the country, across the globe, or share the video with your friends. Do all that good stuff. Thank you for being here. And 10% of the AdSense revenue on this channel goes to T2T.org. Without the veterans, we are nothing. Without further ado, let's get into talking about Indiana Hoosiers. All right, Hillbilly Monkey. What did we see in this game yesterday? It was absolutely unbelievable to watch what Indiana was able to get done in this game. First off, first thing, talk about Enright's defense on Bilodeau and who he played. He fouled out of the game, but Connor Enright, since Tatum Conaway has been out, this team has played better. I mean, without Tatum Conaway. And it's not because he's not a great player. It's just because of the dynamic of having another player on the floor like Nick Dorn, who we're going to talk about more in a minute. But having him on the floor is another scorer, has really opened things up for Indiana. That's what's obvious. It's like DeVRIES and Wilkerson. These dudes are still getting their points. They're still doing it, but it's like all the emphasis does not have to be on them. And then in a game like this with Reed Bailey stepping up, and there was a moment in this game, I want to play this clip right here, where Reed Bailey found himself. I thought he was really feeling himself against Purdue, and you could tell he was bringing the confidence against Purdue. He just like something changed inside of him. And Hillbilly Monkey, let's roll that clip of when Reed Bailey during this game, he took it amongst himself right here to, well, let's just take a look at it. And this was Reed Bailey's Oscar moment. Hillbilly Monkey, roll it.
Eagle, fox, bottlenose dolphin, octopus, house cat.
Huge. Reed Bailey has just been doing this, playing like a man unhinged on both ends of the court, playing defense, finding guys in passing lanes, getting to the right spots to get himself some easy buckets around the rim, and then finishing and getting a finish and an and one in this game. Reed Bailey, bravo to you, my friend. we all knew that you had it inside of you the whole time. That's why I've ripped you on this show, because I'm like,
Reed Bailey, you're better than that.
and now he's doing better than that, and we're here to watch it. We got a clip of DeVRIES lined up here because after the game, he really had a lot of DeVRIES. He really puts his heart and soul into these teams, into these guys, and everything that they're getting done. And I wanted to play this clip. Hillbilly Monkey, play the clip of DeVRIES, what he had to say after the game, how they got it done.
Yeah, I mean, it's road wins are incredibly hard, and especially when you feel like you got the game kind of in control, and then feel like you just got to finish it out, and then have about everything you can imagine not go your way, to still be able to come back in overtime and fight your way to a second overtime, and then to come away with a win. I just think it says a lot about those guys that were out there. Guys that fouled out, we had new guys coming in, guys in different roles, different positions, and that's what being ready is. And I thought, we had everybody that had to contribute tonight was needed, and it finishes with Trent Sisley. Freshman hadn't played a lot in this game. He comes in and knocks down the free throw to win the game. But incredibly proud of them. They're just playing their guts out right now, and that's what I love about them. And they're just giving us everything they got, and they left it all out there, and unfortunately we were able to come away with the win.
But yeah, I thought at the end there where he's like, that's why I love these guys. That's why I love being around these guys. Like DeVRIES, he lives for his teams. You can just tell. Like, he might not be the most expressive guy in the press conferences or the most expressive guy, compared to Kurt Signetti or other guys, but, or Mick Cronin. I mean, he doesn't act like that. But he puts everything into his players and into the team and the practices and everything. So I feel pretty good right now about him as the coach. That might change over the next couple of weeks, but he has found something with some of these guys. Look, as Indiana fans, one thing that's so frustrating, and we saw it with the Bob Knight teams, even in the mid-90s, is the team getting progressively better as the year goes on. You see guys on this team really finding each other. They're learning each other so much better and knowing where to be, because they're just learning each other's games. That takes an unselfish type of player. We didn't see that when we had guys like Xavier Johnson here. And, Mike Woodson never really recognized that you needed unselfish players and guys that weren't all ego-driven and all about themselves to really, open things up for your team. And that's where I think Darren DeVries, he is just a team-first coach, and that is helping this team to develop as the year goes on. Nick Dorn, let's talk about him because, he was 14-28 in the last 3 games coming into this game. And then after this game, he's close to 50% on shooting 3-pointers in the last 4 games. So Dorn, what he has been able to do with Conaway out, and that is just going to add, that's just another element to this team, having another point guard now that can come off the bench, because he can mess with these lineups all he wants once Conaway gets back, and that'll definitely help because Enright played a ton of minutes in this game, and so did everybody. A lot of guys played over 40 minutes in this game, and guys fouled out in this game. So it'll be a welcome back Conaway. I almost said welcome back Cotter. It will be good to welcome him back, but he's going to just work his way in the lineup in different ways. DeVries said that after the game. I don't think he's going to do anything drastic, but right now, what DeVries is doing, he is pulling all of the right levers for Indiana basketball. They're getting it done, but there is always room for improvement on any team that you play on. I mean, one of the things that is concerning that I want to bring up is not being able to close the game out in an easy way against Purdue, and then not being able to close this game out when you are ahead, you're up 10 with about 2 minutes left, and you're up 4 with 51 seconds left. And, I know IU made some mistakes. Wilkerson had that play. He dribbled on the end line, and then they dribbled on the end line. There were some turnovers there. There was some sloppy play. I know guys are fatigued. I know you have to find a way. I mean, they have found a way to win these games, but they've made it more difficult than they really had to in the past few minutes of these games. Purdue missing the 1-on-1 2 times by Tucker DeVries. That's hard to get over. And then Lamar Wilkerson, missed the front end of a 1-on-1 in this game, late in the game, and had a couple of turnovers late. I love, now I don't want to say that that's negative, but you got to look at what really happened in these games. Even though you won the game, there are still things to clean up, things to work on there out of that. You got to find a way to just be better with the possessions and better with the ball in that last 2-minute period. And Indiana's a really good free throw shooting team. And so it's surprising when they miss free throws down the stretch. Reed Bailey in this game today was nailing his free throws. This dude he's a shark at the free throw line. But yeah, I did want to mention that because that is one thing. There are some things in these games that you can definitely see, like Indiana can get a little bit better here. But this was a huge victory for Indiana. Winning this game on the road was so critical. Getting another quad one victory, not only it helps with the confidence of this team. This team, ever since the Rutgers game, has been playing, just has found another gear. They found something. Nick Dorn found some confidence in that Rutgers game and has not turned it off ever since then. So they got to keep it going. They're 10 o'clock against USC on Tuesday night. That's going to be another huge road game. USC, I don't think they don't play as tough of defense as UCLA. Look, UCLA plays like a slog of a game. They love to make it ugly. I was fortunate enough to go to the UCLA game last year in Bilodeau. Let's talk about the Enright's defense on Bilodeau. What a gutty performance that was. What a gritty, gutsy performance that was, like when he matched up with him down low. And he, like, you got to do the out, has about, 6-8 inches on Connor Enright, and he's just pushing him around down low. Enright is just getting physical with him. You love to see that out of these guys. Hillbilly Monkey, what did you think about what this team was able to put together in a tough game on the road against UCLA?
Carved from the sands of the Wabash River and formed into a monkey lamp that's sold at Home Goods. It's the Hillbilly Monkey Perspective on Indiana Sports Connection.
I mean, this is what we've been looking for Indiana basketball for like the past 10 years. I mean, sometimes you're going to bring guys in. You're going to bring guys in that are going to have their ways and whatever. But can you progress throughout the season and get your team to play better as the season goes on? Can you play your best basketball in March? That's the only thing Tom Izzo does, and that's the only thing the Indiana fans want. They just want to have a team that they can see progresses, gets better throughout the year, and then has a chance in the tournament to maybe take it to the second weekend, and we can watch a little bit more basketball and have it be fun.
That's right. This is supposed to be fun. I mean, it's basketball. It's supposed to be fun. It's a game, right? But yeah, I mean, what we've not seen over the past 10 years is teams get better as the season goes on. You want to be like Reed Bailey, just playing that game makes you feel like a proud dad, like watching him out there, because you're like, yeah, Reed Bailey, he's our guy, Maybe he came from mid-major territory, but, when he puts it together like he did in a game like this, the sky's the limit. This team has really, when they are shooting the ball well, and they've not even really shot the ball lights out. And I do want to bring up a couple of the stats before we get out of here. Because they ended up 11 of 34 on 3-pointers in the game today. So 32% on threes. It's not like they tore it up on 3-pointers. And they actually held a UCLA shot 7 of 22. But it was 10 minutes into the game before UCLA even took one. And some of the ones UCLA was taking, Xavier Booker taking some. Indiana was giving him those shots for free on some of those. So rebound, UCLA out-rebounded Indiana 39-43, and 11 offensive rebounds for UCLA to Indiana 7 offensive rebounds. But there were some critical rebounds. The rebounding was better, even though these stats, I thought the rebounding looked better in this game. Indiana was fighting for boards, and they were getting more engaged on the defensive end to stop UCLA from getting out and being able to run or do anything like that. So, 3 steals for Indiana to 6 steals for them, and 11 turnovers for Indiana to 10 turnovers for UCLA, and the fouls were even up. So huge victory for Indiana. I don't want to overstate it too much, but they have won 3 in a row. This team is finding something. Would be huge to get the sweep and get the other victory at USC. And, I was saying this team is hot. It's now is the time to win these games. And that UCLA game, that feels like a stolen win almost, just because they went to those overtimes and you kind of felt like, wow, if this game gets away, it's going to be a real gut punch, a real killer game to lose for Indiana. But they got it done. So, you kind of win that game at UCLA and you think, okay, well, that one, kind of makes it feel like we got one where we lost one like that at Minnesota, there. So Indiana gets it done. USC Tuesday night. I don't know if I'm going to live stream it, but huge victory for the Hoosiers. And I just cannot wait to watch this team play in the next game because, what they've been able to do, going to be looking forward to every one of these games as this team progresses throughout the season. And we see more guys come off the bench. Josiah Miles coming off the bench, playing more minutes. And I do want to talk about this. Trent Sicily didn't play much in this game, makes the game-winning shot, gets in good position. The dude, fouled him in a weird way on that last shot, but Trent Sicily had the position there, and it was just a key victory for him individually because you can tell he's been reeling a little bit, maybe hit that freshman wall. Just really good to see him be able to get there and get that game-winning foul shot in for Trent Sicily. So, and there was this game was like a marathon. It seemed like what happened in the first half was like forever ago by the time you got to the end of those overtime. So thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Indiana Sports Connection. Until next time, stay classy out there, Hoosier fans.